Hot Mess Express tonight. It's Heidi. Instead of going live a minute ago, I started to record. So not really sure why I did that. But this is your 1 to 2 minute warning so that I can make sure that I am live in the places that I'm supposed to be live. So let's see what. Okay, looks like I'm live on Facebook. I think I have my camera up too high tonight. Okay, I'm going to see if my light's going to change. Trying not to drop too many things here. Is this going to work? No, it's not. Oh, you're not my friend tonight, are you? Okay. I apologize. I know, I should be better at this by now, but I was trying to clean my room before. Sorry about all the extra noise. Okay, I think I'm live everywhere now. So let me, oh. No, wrong way. There we go. Okay. All right. I am good on YouTube, and then in a minute you won't see my forehead anymore. Let me just turn down the volume on Facebook here and split view. Drive. In just a second, I will be ready. So if you haven't gotten your favorite drink yet, now is the time. I don't even need this phone necessarily right now, but I want to see it just in case I need to know what I'm doing. All right. I don't know why. Okay, let me see what. There we go. All right, something happened with Facebook that it wasn't showing where I really was. Okay, I think we've got it now. Hey, hi, how are you? I'm Heidi. I am a work-at-home handmade business owner at HeidiMind.com, as well as a homeschool mom of 11 and 13-year-old girls. I go live here on Facebook and YouTube on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific time. During the live, I share about things going on with my business, homeschooling, and our personal lives. Be sure to follow on Facebook or subscribe on YouTube and hit that notification bell. This will help you get notifications when I go live or when I post videos. And feel free to hit the like or the thumbs up button, as this helps more people just like you see the videos and come hang out and see all of the hot mess that I am. Why did split view YouTube? I don't know why it went weird on my iPad. Okay. If you are not already subscribed to the email list, you can see the pinned post on Facebook. I don't know why it never wants to show up on YouTube. It will be in the description when the video goes live, but I'm going to go ahead and put it in the chat.com. What are you doing? HeidiMind.com/subscribe. And when you subscribe through that link, you do get a 20% off coupon to your email for any purchases that you make on my website at HeidiMind.com. If you are joining me live tonight, please go ahead and comment with #live. If you are watching on the replay, comment with #replay. This helps me know when people are watching and if I need to change up my times or my days. And if you follow me regularly, then you know that I said that backwards. Normally I talk about commenting before I talk about my email list. So that's what happens when I try to go off the cuff. So getting into the updates. I don't know how long the video is going to be tonight. I'm going to hopefully not keep leaning over. I don't have enough stands right now. When I went to go live tonight, I accidentally hit the record button. So with the camera that I have, let me switch these out. I'm going to lean forward one more time. I have a whole thing, but I have these cameras that I purchased last year, and they're called Mevo cameras, and I got 3 of them. And I got one pole stand, I guess that's what you'd call it. I got one table stand, and then I got one without a stand. And I can move the cameras around on the stands, not a problem. And then I also had a ring light previously that I purchased a few years ago. And I have a camera tripod for my camera. And I have little other gadgets around for, you know, cell phone holders and whatnot. But for these specific Mevo cameras, I purchased them because I can set them up in different parts of my house or different parts of my sewing room. And that way I can change the camera without moving my camera. I hate doing videos and having just one camera, like if I'm recording from my phone, and then I have to move the camera every time to show you a different angle. So with these cameras, I can set it up so that there's one that's dedicated to my sewing machine and one dedicated to my embroidery machine and one that I can just talk to. But I can't record all of them at the same time. That's kind of a bummer. Maybe there is a way, but I haven't figured it out yet. And I wish I could do like picture in picture. I haven't been able to figure out if I can do that yet. So the way I normally have it set up is I have the camera set in front of me and I have my ring light because there is not a whole lot of light in this room. This room is actually very dark, even though behind me it looks like the wall is white. It's actually like a red. This is it's a fake backdrop thing. Like you could tell if you looked. But because it's white, it helps, you know, reflective and whatnot. Well, I've been moving a lot of stuff around, and the other day, I don't know if I tripped or if I just wasn't paying attention. I stepped on one of the legs of the ring light stand. Super, super bummed about that. And I kind of just made do with it, but tonight it just was not cooperating with me. It really wanted to just lean. So I changed the ring light to my camera stand because it was sort of interchangeable. But for some reason, I'm missing the little adjuster on my camera stand. So I can't like lean the light forward, or you can't put anything heavy because the whole light wants to fall forward. So normally I have my cell phone, an old cell phone, up on the ring light so that I can see Facebook messages, so I don't have to keep looking down. And then I have my iPad in front of me with my script and stuff. And that also has YouTube. So you're going to see me looking down a lot tonight. I apologize. It is what it is. I can't help it. I can't help it. Yeah, so that's that. I've been getting really behind this last week. We are getting ready to go to Arizona. I know I've talked about that before and I'll be talking about it again, but this last week has just been crazy. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. So that is where we start with our home updates. We are getting ready for our trip. Tomorrow is going to be a huge laundry day. I plan to wash every possible thing that is not put away into drawers and closets. It's getting washed and then it's getting put away or it's getting put into the donation bin. And we start packing. Because I like being prepared. I do still need to clean out my van. I'm pretty sure I still have stuff from our trip to Florida last year that's like in the underparts. I know I've talked about my van before, that do I need a van? Probably not. Like, I'm not a soccer mom, but my van is the equivalent of having like extra pockets. It's got so many different storage places and I love it. So I just don't know if I'll ever go back to just having like a standard vehicle because I love all the storage in my van. And it doesn't have to be like just in the back or just, you know, if there's underneath storage. I love it. So I have to clean some of that. And I went out and I was cleaning it today and finding all kinds of random things. I am not sure if I am going to go live next week. I have not decided. I may not make that decision until that day. So I do suggest that you check in that day on some form of social media. If I do not go live, I will absolutely put it on social media and I will put it on YouTube, like in a short or a post or whatever. So if I don't go live, it will definitely be on there. It's just going to depend on the drive, and what time I get in. I do plan to leave early next week. It's about 8 to 9 hours of driving. Well, it's like 7 to 8 hours of driving, and then we usually make one stop in the middle. So, yeah. So I'm trying to get in before dinner time, and then that way it gives me a few minutes to like do what I need to do and set up, but I just don't know. I don't know what the deal is going to be. I did get one new Clean With Me video up on Monday. I'm trying to look for a program for not only for video editing specifically, but I would love to find a program that does video editing and also that I can stream, like multi-stream live videos. So if anybody, if you happen to be watching this and you get to this part and you've dealt with me rambling so far, if you know of such a thing, please drop it in the comments. Preferably not something that is thousands of dollars because I can't afford that. I don't understand all of the different ways that restreaming works or multi-streaming. Sorry, it's multi-streaming works. I do pay for a service so that I can stream this live to Facebook and YouTube simultaneously without using multiple devices. It's all from the same camera. But I don't know, like I started using, I think I'm using Clipchamp, which is Microsoft for video editing. And that's not bad. It's slow because I'm using the free option. So super, super slow. And the main thing that I don't love is that I can't do voiceover directly within the program. So I've looked at upgrading to their premium, but it still doesn't offer voiceover. And if I can't do voiceover, I don't really want to pay for it. But then some of the other places, like I was looking, I think I looked at Wave Video, and that one looks like I can multi-stream to go live, and I can do video editing, and it does voiceover. But I think that the package that I need is pretty expensive. And if I'm going to pay that much for the editing, I could actually just go to Fiverr and hire someone to edit my videos, and I don't have to do it, and I could sleep a little bit more, like, you know. So dear companies, take that into consideration. But it does take me a while to get the videos loaded. So like it takes me a long time to get them edited and then a while to get them loaded. So I got the one Clean With Me uploaded today. I have a second Clean With Me that is, I think it rendered. I think I finished it and I got it rendered and I just need to upload it. There was a connection problem between YouTube and Clipchamp. So it wasn't like, it wouldn't just directly upload to YouTube. I have to upload it on my own. Yeah. And then I do have 2 Cook With Me videos that I am working on editing, and those will be up tomorrow. I can try to get one up tonight. That sounded bad. I will try to get one edited and uploaded tonight, one of the Cook With Me's, but I will have those up tomorrow regardless. One of the videos is making some brownies. It was a recipe that I picked up around St. Patrick's Day and I never got around to making it, and I just made them. And I have to say, like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to practice some things, because like the outside got really super crunchy and the inside was perfect. But coming right out of the oven, they tasted a little bitter to me. Where did my live go on Facebook? Sorry, y'all. If I can't see the comments, then that wouldn't be special. So yeah, so like the first night, they just tasted kind of bitter to me. And they do have dark chocolate, baking chocolate in them. And I feel like, I don't know, I have such a hard time with recipes, because I feel like the people that write the recipes, they just assume that everybody knows what they're talking about. And the recipe called for baking chocolate. Now, when I think baking chocolate, I think unsweetened baking chocolate. Like if you're doing chocolate chip cookies, you do semi-sweet chocolate chip cookies. If you're doing something with baking, like a cake, you do unsweetened baking cocoa, and then because you're adding sugar in. And this did have like creamed butter and sugar, and I do use unsalted butter when I cook. So I was like, oh, maybe was I supposed to use like a baking cocoa that was sweetened? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, people leave things out of their recipes and they don't understand that we can't read your mind. So it's why I tend to not try too many internet recipes, because first of all, you're visually assaulted the minute you go to a website with ads and crap jumping up in your face on your screen. I hate that. I don't have any pop-ups on my website. I don't do recipes on my website, but I don't have any pop-ups. Even my own. Even like I used to have a pop-up on my website for my own email list, and that may come back eventually, but I kind of hate pop-ups. So I just put like a few places to sign up for my email list on the website so that you can find it, but so that you're not feeling like I'm smacking you in the face with it. So I don't love looking for recipes especially on like blogger websites. They're the worst, because that's how they make their money, is their ads. And so like, but yeah, it's like a gang fight when you go to a website and just everybody's rushing at you. I also don't like watching YouTube videos where they have ads like every 3 minutes. If I'm watching a YouTuber and they have an ad that is like 2 or 3 minutes into the video, I will actually click out and I won't subscribe to that person because I know that in another 2 to 3 minutes, they're going to have another ad. And don't tell me that YouTube just does it on its own, because I know a little bit about that. No. But I digress. So, yeah, so the one is the brownie video, and then the other one is, what did I do? I think I did. Oh, I think I recorded making dinner on Mother's Day. I'm not a flower person. So I did like make a joke on Mother's Day that, you know, Miley says that I can buy myself flowers, but I chose filet mignon. So I got up in the morning. I went over to Trader Joe's. I do like Trader Joe's filet mignon. I think it's fairly reasonably priced, especially in today's society. And you get 2 steaks, fillets, whatever. They cook up really well. I cook mine in a cast iron pan. Mine were a little bit under, which I like rare meat, so that was fine. But I think I could have cooked it a little bit more. My kids they don't like steak, so I just put the rest in the refrigerator, and I figure I can heat the other one up. Probably tonight for dinner, because I usually eat dinner after my live. I don't always eat before the live. So yeah, and then I do have to make banana bread, so that might be next Monday's cook with me. And I do make, and my banana bread recipe is from Better Homes and Gardens, because that is my cooking Bible. And maybe I'll talk about that. Maybe usually for clean with me videos, I just do music. And then for cook with me, I do like a music, like a low music. And then I do a voiceover. Cause it's way too hard to try to do a cook with me and talk during the video, because it's just very noisy in my kitchen. I'm actually very surprised. They were playing basketball next door, like right as I was trying to go live, and I don't know why they stopped. Maybe it's dinner time for them. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I'm never going to get this live time right. So what can you do? Cause it is, I can see out my light and I can see out of my window that it is still light outside. So yeah, so hopefully I'll start getting more on track with those videos. I will also have a new unboxing video up tomorrow, which will be the KiwiCo unboxing. My unboxing table is a little covered right now, so I have to get up really early in the morning to do that. But that's okay. What I'm going to do, I think I have one KiwiCo unboxing video already on my channel. I had done a 1-year subscription with KiwiCo for our homeschool this last year. And as I was cleaning up my guest room and my living room, I realized that we've never actually used any of the KiwiCo boxes from this entire 12 months that we've been getting KiwiCo. So I did not renew my subscription. And that's going to be a whole video. I don't want to get into it because I'm already like, it's 7:26 now and I'm only still on the home updates. So I will do a whole video that is just about my thoughts on our subscription, but I will do videos for each month that we got the subscription, because I have them all still in their original packing boxes. So I know exactly when I got them. And I won't redo the one video that I've already got on my channel, but I will update the description so that I can at least like number the videos, so you know sequentially when we received them. Do I think they're a good subscription? Possibly. I'll leave it at possibly. But for us, I think my kids have just aged out. I know they have boxes for like older kids, but really it's not something we've been super into. So no sense in paying for that. In our homeschool updates, we are officially finished with in-person schooling. We do homeschool through a charter school. That was the easiest route for me when we first started, and that was 8 years ago. The charter school was new to this area with their physical location. The physical campus had only been open for a year when we started. So my oldest started, and then her sister started 2 years later. They have always taken at least one in-person class, except for when we weren't allowed to during the pandemic. I think it's important for our family. Every homeschooler has to do it their way, whatever's comfortable for them. But for our family and our situation, I always thought it was important that they do take some in-person classes that are a classroom setting, just because we've always just agreed that if we ever got to the point where homeschooling wasn't fun anymore, then they could transition to public school, traditional public school. But I do like the fact that with our charter school, it does keep us under a public school umbrella. We do a lot of the testing that the public schools do, and we have a lot of the resources that public schools do. So it works for us. The teachers are amazing that work with our school, and they've basically known my kids their entire lives. So it's just been great for us. But we are thankful that in-person is over. This year, because my oldest daughter is in middle school, she had the opportunity to take an additional day of in-person, which she was not fond of. It was only taking language arts and science. She loved science. She did not love language arts homework. She adored her teacher, just didn't like the homework. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes moving forward. And then the kids did extra, like they did tutoring also. Next year, so what our charter school does, because we have so many people that want those in-person classes, and especially after 2020 and the chaos of the California school system during that 2-year time period, we had an influx of people trying to homeschool. Our school had to start doing a lottery system. So it wasn't just a first come, first serve. It was, if you want to be in the in-person class, you have to put your name on the list, and then they do a lottery on a certain day. And then if you get picked, then you get into the class. So we did put in for the offerings for next year. For my oldest, it would be what they call enrichment, and then and that's 1 day, and then core classes, which is an additional 1 to 2 days. And then my youngest is still only old enough. They don't consider 6th grade middle school, so she's only qualified to do the 1 day of enrichment. So we did find out that they got picked for enrichment, so they're both very excited about that. They love doing those classes. But my oldest is on the wait list for the core classes, and that's fine. We will make a decision at the beginning of the school year next year. If she ends up getting placed in a class, we can make that decision then. We can decide if we want to just come back home for the year, and then she can go back in like for her freshman year of high school, or what we're going to do. So yeah, that's that. We do have about a week left of homeschooling. Our homeschool calendar goes until, I think it's a week from tomorrow. But we will be taking next week off, just because we're getting ready this week and then we're traveling next week, and I don't want to have to try to move things around. I am going to be packing up quite a bit of homeschool supplies because we will be doing a sort of a summer school while we're in Arizona. There's some things that I want to catch up on. There's some things that I think the kids need a refresher on. That's the benefit to homeschooling, is that, you know, if there were assignments that they didn't finish, or if we skipped over some things because we just weren't gelling on that, we can come back to it. We can go over it in the summer, and then we're ready for next year. So yeah, we have quite a few different things we're going to be working on. And those KiwiCo boxes are going to be big on our list. We will be doing all of those. I don't know if the kids are going to let me film them. They don't like being on camera. So if they don't mind it, then I'll do it. If they say no, Mom, then maybe I'll just share some pictures of the projects they made. And I have finally started looking at curriculum for next school year. Normally I already have it all picked out. Like, I generally start looking in February, and by the 1st of May, I know exactly what I'm getting for the next school year. This year, I just have really stalled a lot. So, I don't know. I did start looking. We had a curriculum fair at our school. And we have amazing, amazing people that come in, other homeschool parents. And it's really nice because you do start to develop these friendships with other homeschool parents. It's not just like only if you go to a co-op or only if you do a park day. I have friends that I am specifically, we're friends because of the homeschool. We chat when we're on campus. Sometimes we see each other outside of campus, but it's not these big commitments. So that was super fun. So I got to hang out with my homeschool BFF, Sarah. So if you want to check out another homeschool mom, make sure you go over and visit Sarah at Home with Sarah Jane. She talks a lot about curriculum, and she has great advice, and she has just amazing projects that they do. So it's very cool to watch what she does. So she and I hung out. She had a table where she talked about different programs that she uses. I talked with a few other moms. We talked about doing sort of a little bit of a co-op, possibly for my younger daughter, who is the same age as their kids. We might do like a language arts, and just let the kids, we can meet up at a park or at the library. They can do their lesson, and that's it. I don't have I don't have the spoons to do much more than that. So that's okay. But would you like to see how I plan my homeschool curriculum? I don't know. If that sounds interesting to you, be sure to put a comment down below. And I can do a video about where I purchase things for our homeschool, how I make decisions about what I use. I can link other homeschool moms that I have followed over the years. And I can just tell you why I choose the curriculum that I choose. But let me know, because sometimes I don't know if that's like the direction I want to go in with my YouTube channel, because it is a little bit like of a mix. So I don't know if I want to go too heavy any one way or the other outside of sewing, because sewing is what I do. And then business updates. And then I might wrap it up, because we're heading close to 45 minutes, or we're 40 minutes. And I have a few things to talk about. So for for business, I'm just kind of glancing over because I don't have to read it word for word. I really haven't been able to do as much with work with me and sew with me videos as I've wanted. I do have a sew with me video up on YouTube right now, but there's no sewing. I just went over this sewing binder and showed you different printables that are free from different online pattern companies. I printed out a ton of patterns so that I had things to work on here and I have things to work on when we're in Arizona. But my cutting table keeps getting the brunt of every mess that I'm working on because it's a big flat surface. So it's a great place to go through things. So, I have gotten rid of a lot of things. I've been packing up fabric that I'm going to be taking with me. So things are kind of moving. I'm at the back of my garage. This is my garage door right behind me. So I have been working in this area, which was full and crowded with all sorts of things. So I've gotten a lot of this cleaned out. I've got a lot of things under the cutting table cleaned out, but anything that had little bits of things to go through, I had to stack on my cutting table. So that's the next project this week. I will be recording that. It just may not be a talking video. It may be like a really fast, like, see Heidi clean all the things video. So I may have to put off work with me and sew with me videos until June. If I'm able to get some done in the next week, I will absolutely post them. But realistically, I may have to just do recording and then do the editing and posting once we're in Arizona and I have a little bit of time and space to work, because I do have workspaces already set up when I get to grandma's. So yeah, the sew with me videos are really going to be me using digital and paper patterns that I've previously purchased and making items out of those. So it will be everything from clothing to accessories to home decor. There's a whole lot of like mix in that. I will be starting with the free patterns that I got because I want to be able to show you what you can get for free if you're looking to start sewing. They will not be tutorial videos. I don't do tutorials. Maybe someday in the future I might, but right now I don't do tutorials. I will do videos where it's kind of sped up and there's some voiceover and that sort of thing. But you'll get the general idea of how the patterns work. You have to print them and I will be piecing mine together and then I'll show you how I transfer it to a different kind of pattern paper, depending on like if it's an article of clothing. I'll show you different things for that. Yeah. So, sorry, I lost my train of thought. So those will be up on the channel and coming. And then eventually I'll do other things. I have some costume patterns that I want to work on, that sort of thing. And then the work with me videos will really literally just be me working in my sewing room on products that are going to be going into my handmade business. So if you do ever have a question or you have a suggestion or you want to see a particular type of item being created, sewn, whatever, then, you know, always feel free to, you can send me a message, you can put it in a comment. But otherwise I'll try to keep it sort of to the season. I did make a list of the patterns and I've kind of plotted them out on my calendar so that I'm making like summertime patterns over the next few months, and then I'll switch to like fall type patterns or back to school patterns or whatever. And for the work with me videos, there will be times that I may go live and just kind of show you what I'm working on. There will be times that I will post updates and polls. So like I'll put up a few different kinds of fabrics or a few different patterns, and I'll say which fabric, which pattern, that kind of thing. And then and we've got a comment from G Hotspots. Hello. Hi there. And then let's see. The last thing, oh, and I've talked about doing a podcast before. And I really just wanted it to be something that would be fun. Because I honestly don't know how to talk on a podcast about sewing and make it interesting and fun. I feel like with sewing, I really have to show people what I'm working on. Maybe that's just me. I'm sure there are things that people talk about on podcasts about sewing, and that's fine. I just don't think that's like for me. So the other night I was like super, super tired and I was trying to go to sleep, and this thought came to me about a podcast. And I really wish that I wouldn't have been so tired, because I should have gotten up and started typing out exactly what I was thinking, because it was gold. It was good. But I didn't do that, and I still think I can recreate it. So I'm not going to share with you what the idea is, but it is very on brand with me as a person, both in my business and in real life. So it's going to be very fun. It's going to be very pop culture-y. And yeah, so if you like hearing me talk and ramble, then it's going to be totally the thing for you. I may try to start it while I'm in Arizona, but I don't know, because I don't know how loud the house is going to be there. There's a dog and a bird. There's two cats. One cat is deaf, and their cat hides. But the bird is super loud. And so you will hear the bird when I go live at Grandma's house at some point. You just will. It's going to happen. You might hear the dog. Usually the dog's pretty good. But yeah, so I am excited about the podcast. I don't know how often I'll post, but that one I would have to post a couple times a week, because the idea that I have in my head, it's something that really, like, I would have to just like stay on it. So that's fine, because it'll be a good early morning thing for me. I can get up in the morning, I can have my coffee, and I can talk about the thing that I want to talk about. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I feel like whenever I'm doing a live, I keep like leaning forward in my chair more and more as we go along. I don't know if that's a tired thing, or if, I don't know what that is. But like I start the live about here, sitting back in my chair, and then I start to move forward, and then I keep moving forward, and by the end of the live, I'm kind of hunched over and like at the camera. So I don't know. Maybe I'm going blind. Maybe it's because I can't see my script and I am leaning forward so that I can read better. I don't know. Or it's me trying to have better posture and then failing horribly. So tonight was very chatty, a little bit random. That's me. That's me in a nutshell, a little bit random. I am going to go ahead and cut the video or end the video. I guess it's not really cutting the video. I'm going to end the video. But again, if there's stuff you want to hear about, put it in the comments, because then I can talk to you about the things. If I do go live next week, it will be the end of the month. So it will be like an accountability. I can tell you that the accountability has been very low this month. I am hoping that next month my accountability check-in is a lot better. And it should be. It should be, because usually when I'm in Arizona, I'm doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm less distracted by all of the things in my house that have to be getting done and that I don't want to do. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you haven't already, be sure to give this video a like or a thumbs up, follow or subscribe, and comment #live or #replay. All of these interactions not only help push the video out to more people that would enjoy them, they help me know what content you are enjoying the most as well. Until next time, have a great night. Let's see if I can end this. I have to look at the phone.